of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Welcome back to the channel, episode 182 of the Untitled series. It feels really weird being back here in the studio, I'll be real honest, but I do have my daughter there. She's sleeping, the toddler's sleeping, so the wife's looking after the toddler. I got the newborn. She might wake up and join this show, so I don't know how long we will be going tonight, but you know what, I just miss this thing too much. So again, welcome in, apologies. Big apologies to if you've been waiting around for something to happen here on the channel. There's been very, very little happening, but I am working on trying to resume some sense of normalcy. If we get there, when we get there, I have no idea. But how are you doing? Welcome into the channel. Episode 182. Thought I would do a little preview today. I was like, maybe I'll just save it for wet wipes. Maybe if you don't know, there's been a show I've been doing overnight because I do have these crazy hours now, and it's easier for me to stream overnight. But you know, the match is at 8 a.m. If I'm streaming at 3 a.m., that doesn't really make much sense. So maybe I'll try and get a little sleep before the match. But how's everybody doing? Welcome in again. I don't know when things are going to resume normalcy here because I don't know what normal looks like anymore. But I do know what this looks like. Big up to Nawaf with the super sticker. Let me see what that is over on the YouTube side. Big up becoming the first sponsor tonight. Oh, it's a dude with some sunglasses. I thought I had some sunglasses laying around here, but I guess I don't. Man, my hair looks actually kind of fucked up. I'm sorry I'm so frazzled, but I did wake up just a little bit ago. I have not been awake for too long, so excuse my rough appearance here, but we move nonetheless. Oh, jeez. Burnley. 4 losses in a row. And now we're playing a team that if they lose, they are officially relegated, to my understanding. If they lose, they are officially Dunsky. They're out. I think they need Nottingham Forest to get a result, but you know how Tottenham like to act in these particular situations. Not the greatest, I will say. Here's the table. Let me do this. Boom. There's the table. Let me actually adjust this. I made this layout because of the way that the thing was on the wet wipe show. Man, this show's already off to a horrible start. Oh my goodness. But not because of Nawaf, because you've also become even further a sponsor of the channel tonight. Big up Nawaf. Good to see you back in the house. Moderator, YouTube chat member, and even further sponsor of the channel. So Jacob, I swear if we lose to Burnley, I swear if we lose to Burnley, you may as well buy Timo Werner now if we lose to Burnley. Because that'll do it. That will do it on the season. Honestly, there's been some not so many happy Spurs fans around town lately. I can't say everyone looks or appears or comes across as the happiest. And how could you when you've lost 4 in a row? If we don't win, that's winless in 5. I don't know. But what does that tell me that I don't already know? I'm not sure that it would tell me anything that I don't already know, if I'm being 110% honest here. I feel like I'm all over the place right now, like my phone and my drink and my water and comments, and I've got bookmarks. Where are they? Oh yeah, I was going to tweet the show was live. I'm not putting it on Twitter today because I figured, you know what? I don't need no Elon bots in my chat. So there we go. I'm just going to put live now with the link. Let's see how that does. Because if I stream to Twitter, it's always like, I look up and it looks like there's 500 people watching and 470 of them are on Twitter. And I'd rather just worry about the folks here on YouTube whenever I do actually get the chance to do these. So let me see. Where's my... Oh my God. Bookmarks. Here we go. We're working now. Here we go. We're cooking. We're making something happen here. Let's say hello to the chat before we keep going, though. I forgot about the chat already. Big up. OTC. That's not a very nice name, says Fat Ange in. He's actually lost some weight, so, you know, shout out to all the big boys out there. It's not nice to fat shame, although I do it. I will not. I'm not a saint. It's not nice to fat shame, but on match day, you can catch me shaming everybody. I'll be honest. Match day, I don't give a fuck. You probably know if you've tuned into the watch-alongs. I want us to lose our last 3 games. I don't want us to lose our last 3. There's only one match I don't mind us losing, and I don't think it's very hard to guess which one that is. Especially if you were watching the Wet Wipe Lounge with myself and Paul, you would know which match that was that I don't mind losing. Big up to Ravi. Says, big up, Jacob. Smash the likes and subscribe. Hope the family and all that as well. Yes, Ravi. Everybody's good. We're all cooking. We're doing well. Big up, Rowan Kumar says, hey. Big up, Rowan Kumar. Big up, Spurs GCTV. How you doing? Yo, Jacob and Chewy. Big up, George. Good to see you back in the chat as well. Says, no smiling, please. As you know, this is a very serious program here. We don't joke. We don't have fun. We don't like to enjoy our accomplishments. That's the new rule. We created that, I think, right before my daughter was born. And then it's really hard for me to be in a bad mood other than being sleepy. Is that still my fucking... Look at that. That's still the hospital bag chilling in the studio. This place is a mess. Big up, Minchi. How are you doing, Minchi? Good to see you in the house. Carl Simpson. Big up, Jacob, and everyone in the chat. Big up, Carl. How are you doing, my friend? Good to be back seated here in the fucking studio. Not streaming from the couch. Man, this is great. Big up, Real FC. Real one. Or is it R-E? Real FC. I don't know. This is a new name. Big up to you. How you doing? Congrats to the new addition to your family. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. George, Diaper Watch. We are... shoot, that just reminded me, when was the last time I changed your diaper? I don't know. Like I said, I just woke up, so bear with me. My sleep schedule's all fucked up. Big up, Taka. How are you doing? Big up, Jacob. Big up to you. Big up, AJ in the house as well. Says, please like the stream if you have not. Good reminder, hit a like on the video. It is absolutely free to do. There's also a poll in the chat, if you didn't know. There is a poll. Thoughts on Burnley versus Spurs tomorrow? 58% says Tottenham should win. 21% says we better not lose to motherfucking Burnley. Bro, if we lose to Burnley, oh, if we lose to Burnley, it's going to be some problems. 16% says we will lose to Burnley, and 8% says draw incoming. You know, I'm there's no way we lose, right? There's no fucking way we lose to Burnley. I refuse for that to happen. Big up, George. I don't know why StreamYard's not starring super chats and stuff. But big up George, gifting that membership there. Went to Minchi. Big up Minchi. Look at that. Here we go. Here, can we get some fucking boom? I forgot what all the hand signals do. I just remember the hand signals. I know the double thumbs up is that. Where we got balloons here. Let's just go some balloons. I like that one, honestly. I'll be real. The one with the balloons is really fun. Big up George. Big up making the family just a little bit bigger. Big up to everyone who is a member of the channel. Again, apologies. As you know, there's been a baby born in the family. And it's made streaming and sleeping damn near impossible, but we do both when we can. And as I speak, she is starting to rumble around, so we'll keep this show going on the road. She's gonna have to join the show eventually, so it's incoming. It's definitely incoming. Big up George, appreciate your becoming a sponsor tonight. Let me make sure I star that. Man, fucking StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with the StreamYard. Not starring the super chats and all that fun stuff, but big up, appreciate that. George off the jungle, strong as he can be. Carl Simpson, hello. No worries, Jacob. Babies never give you time, bro. They don't. Babies, bro. Oh my god, she's the sweetest little. Every time I look over there, though, how can I be mad if I see her little face? I'll be honest. Big up. Yes, got the goalkeeper's kit on. Trying to show some support here for Vicario Sicario. Big up AJ, get those likes up. Hey Jacob, hope you and your wife and daughter are doing well. Thank you, sir. I will cheers to that, my friend. This isn't water. This is like a sparkling water soda thing. But big up, appreciate that. Cheers, my friend. Let's see who else is here. AJ, Jacob, my American brother from another mother. Hope all is well with yourself and your family. Big up, AJ. Hope everything's well with you and that beautiful little pup. Good evening. Good evening to you, Rich. Big up, Jacob. Not been around too much. Things have been crazy. Congrats, by the way, my man. Best wishes to you and the fam. Big up, Rich. Good to see you in the house. Always love Rich, because Rich is a clear example of what I mean when it's okay that we don't share the same opinion on stuff and we can still get along and have a good time. So big up, Rich. Hope you're well. Hope everything being crazy's for the better and not for the worse. Hope you're too blessed to be stressed, my friend. Things have been crazy over here as well, so I haven't been around as much either. But big up to you, Rich. Big up Spurs GCTV every single time. Kuva's in that Kuva. Thanks for the link, Jacob. My eyelids have already checked out for the day, but I'll see if they respond to caffeine since there's a chance of a heated argument. Kuva, we could have the most heated debate, clash, rant that you could dream of. All right. It can definitely be heated and clashy. I had that with Paul the other night, and we actually did. I mean, I don't know if it was fucking heated clash, but we did actually a little bit of knocking heads. And I'm not talking sexual. I'm talking, he was on my case because Man City could come to town and tickle my belly for all I care. And I even went as far to say I'll fucking help him with the goal differential. Now, Kuva didn't like it. Paul the Hotspur hippie didn't like it. But I'll be honest, I'm petty. If you know me very well, you know I'm petty enough. I don't want Arsenal winning shit. I don't want them winning nothing. I don't want them winning nada. Look at this, Sod's Football Corner. Big up Sod's Football Corner. He changed it from the Football Corner 97 to Sod's Football Corner. Isn't that pretty sweet? Big up, Sod. I hope you win nothing. I hope you win absolutely nothing this year. I was saying it to Kuva. I'll say it to you as well. I want to lose so bad to City. I want City to come to town, take whatever they want, my friend. It's one of those things where it's like, I've insured the house. I've insured all the belongings inside the house. Now, if you want to come set fire to the house, hey, I know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it, my friend. But if you were to come burn the house and steal the shit, I don't mind. Come on, City. Come on, City. I already got the insurance. I'm covered. That's how I feel, and it's petty. I don't like this whole notion of Spurs fans being like, you're not a real Spurs fan if you want to win, or you're not a real Spurs fan if you don't want to win. Like, bro, I think two things could be truthful at the same time. That being, you could be a Spurs fan and want either or. I could see it either way. Like the pride in me, yeah, it does. It is hard to turn that rock a little bit and to say, fuck sporting integrity. I'm totally fine with City coming to take all 3 points. Hey, I said start Mikey Moore, put Oliver Skip in goal. I'm talking about Vicario as our striker. Maybe Brandon Austin, the backup goalkeeper. Let's put him at left wing. All right, let's have some fun. Let's see what we could do with the lineup. That's what... Rather than willingly lose, I'm framing it as let's see how flexible our squad truly is. Let's see if there's maybe a sneaky second position for a lot of these players. But yeah, that's a little petty of me. And that's okay. You could be petty like me and want to lose so that way Arsenal don't win the league. That's what I want. I want Arsenal to go home with just as much as Tottenham. Nothing. No fucking trophies. That's what I want. And it's petty. I know. I know it. Big up John Fitzpatrick. Hope you're doing well. Big up Taka. Jacob, do you think Ange is under the risk if you lose the remaining games? Bro, he's under... fans are pissed at him right now. I don't think for me, I'm not in the mode of like sack him. Even if we lose the rest of our matches, I'm not trying to sack Ange because I know what this is. I can see what this is, and I'm comfortable with what this is. And I think there's some people, Spurs fans out there who see what this is, who see what's happening, and they're not comfortable. It makes them feel uncomfortable watching us getting pounded by fucking 4 matches in a row, bro. It sucks. It really does. But I'm willing to have patience because this will be, if we can just get through this season, with Ange Postecoglou as our manager, this will be the first time since Maurizio Pochettino that Tottenham Hotspur have started and finished a campaign with the same fucking manager in charge. So that, I will be thankful for that. Also finishing 8th last year, selling Harry Kane to finish 5th or 6th. I've always said I didn't even want Champions League football. And everyone, oh, how dare you? Oh, this is the mentality. Oh, the standards of Tottenham. Oh, this, that. And I didn't really care no fucks about what anybody said about me or my standards or how I felt about the club because I know what Champions League signifies for this. It signifies to the board, job done. And I don't want it to be job done. You get Europa, they're like, damn, we didn't accomplish what we want to accomplish. So, boom, we got to put more. We got to get more. We got to actually go get, if we go get 3 starters in the summer, I'm talking about 3 people who genuinely will start. I'm not talking about, I'm excited to get Lucas Bergvall, let's see what he could do. But those type of deals don't move the needle as much as if you go and get some big boys. Some, when we signed James Madison, that was one of those like, okay, nice. I would be all right if we go and sign someone to replace James Madison, to upend James Madison. I would totally be fine with that because of the way that he's played, or at least apply some pressure that this guy can start. That's why I think if you get a Brichi Eze, I think that guy checks a lot of boxes. Another name that I'll throw out there, Xavi Simons from PSG. He's on loan with Leipzig. Before that, he was on loan with PSV. A very bright young kid. You've probably heard me mention Xavi Simons quite a bit on this channel in the last year and a half. Those are 2 players that can play out on the wing or they can play as that 10. And I want some versatility. I want some players that say, hey, Madison, you were shit. Boom, here's a Brichi Eze. Not, here's Kulusevski, Bentancur, and fucking Højbjerg in midfield. That doesn't signify that Madison's actually worried about his job, in my opinion. So I'm not here to talk about too much of the transfers, obviously. But again, I'm cool with sticking with Ange. I know I just went on a little bit of a rant there. Man, I just feel like I haven't let loose in a while. Just like, let loose, Big up Leo. Mile High Hotspur, how you doing, my friend? Why are you not a mod, bro? How do my mods keep getting deleted? I really don't understand how this happens. But big up Leo had his first North London Derby in person. And it wasn't a spectacular one, I'll tell you that much. But you know what is a spectacular one? We've got a wild appearance here. Oh, yes, we do. Hang on. I'm messing with this layout. Oh, now. Hey, now. Hey, now. Hey, now. This is what dreams are made of. We've got a Kuva. We've got Kuva. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
No, I'm disagreeing with everything. This is going to be heated tonight.
Great.
So no,
Thank you.
No, not big up.
I was waiting for the first disagreement, and because then what I can do is change the title, and it's not clickbait. This has now become heated. I'm actually sweaty, so it's always been heated. But how are you doing, my friend? We got Burnley.
I wasn't going to come on. I'm at that point of tiredness where my eyelids are heavy and stinging. But I thought we can't go into the weekend without doing our little lineup on Friday nights, can we?
Typically, when we don't do that, we lose, Kuva. And we ain't done it for Liverpool. We ain't done it for Chelsea. We ain't done it for Arsenal. We ain't done it for Newcastle. And that's 4 losses, Kuva.
Yes, it's right. It's on us.
I mean, really. No, it's on you. All right. Well, actually,
it's on me. Okay.
It's on you, and it's on my newborn. That's who it's on. But yeah.
you see what happens though when I do come on though. We drag in people like Danny Kiriakou to watch, and it's not good.
Oh, is he here?
It's not a good look for the channel.
Is he here?
He is.
Oh my god, I'm all everywhere right now.
He's the phantom moderator.
He's definitely a phantom. I was trying to find Mile High Hotspur to make him a mod, but this is the part where I disengage with the chat because I start having a conversation, and then Kuva's just so damn distracting. I'll be so honest. Let me move that there.
Any excuse.
Xavi Simons is not joining Arsenal. I don't know who told you that. That's not happening. Big up Rack Madness. I know I just said I was going to ignore y'all, but there's Danny Kiriakou. You're right. There he is. Hello.
Yeah, he just appears again like nothing's happened. He goes missing for months, and then all of a sudden, this is probably him coming on for the Christmas special.
All right, there we are. Is he okay? Kuva, I'm all out of sorts because I have a cooing baby that's soon to wake up, and she's actually been pissed that I've been making a bunch of noise. But Kuva, let me just ask you. Yeah, see what y'all do now. I'm all distracted. This is the problem with me being back in the studio. I got this screen and that screen. I've been doing these overnight shows, Kuva, and it's the wet wipe lounge, and it's basically because I'm gonna literally use a wet wipe on my daughter very soon. Sometimes a lot of the episodes she has a bottle, and it's a family affair. And I really just wanted a place where I could be safe at night to go wah wah, where everyone can get together tonight and just go wah wah fucking wah, because fucking Newcastle wah wah, and then we went to Arsenal. That's another fucking wah wah. At least the first 45 minutes. I remember in the first 45 minutes, shout out Scott M. Every single time I said, this must be what Scott feels when he watches Tottenham. Fucking misery. Fucking just misery. That's like how I felt watching that first 45 versus Arsenal. But it didn't stop there. That happened again against Chelsea for full 90. We just allowed them to be the better team, and that made me miserable. Liverpool, first 45, you could say first 60. Same thing. Misery FC. Why are we so miserable, Kuva?
We're just a bad team.
Is it the tactics or is it the players? I'm
it's
convinced it's these fucking players.
I think it's a bit of everything. If you got tactics that players can't really get to grips with, you're onto a bad run straight away. But it's the players as well. Some of them aren't good enough. We've known this for a long time. And there's still question marks over can Ange adapt his style of football to the Premiership? Well, at the moment, you'd say he's done okay. We're sitting in 5th place at the moment, which is pretty good going for considering all the turmoil we were under. But overall, is it going to be enough? Are we going to be able to push on from this? Have we seen the limits of what he can do already, or
no?
Are we going to just get it? Well,
no.
We just don't know, do we? That's
we do.
The thing.
I know. Because this crystal ball that everyone been rubbing all fucking season long, telling me this, that, about Tottenham and this, that, about what we're going to do, they seem to have this crystal ball. So you know what I did, Kuva? I went and got the crystal ball. I got the link off of fucking Amazon, and I rubbed it, and I rubbed it, and I rubbed it, and I just sat there and I fucking rubbed it. And you know what it said? This is not. So to answer your question, no, Kuva. No.
Some angry ball rubbing you're doing there, Jacob.
I told you I made the wet wipe lounge for a reason, because I've been feeling like a fucking wet wipe lately.
You need to cool them with a nice cool wet wipe afterwards. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and also no matter how much of a mess we make with our ass or with our mouth, can always just get a wet wipe to just wipe it on up. That's true. What I'm learning as a parent. You know,
whole lot of things you can do as long as you clean up after.
Yeah. Hey, it spills on the floor.
Hey, I've seen every season of Dexter.
That's miserable, because it's a great first couple of seasons and then it's shit. I'll be really honest.
Again, Dexter, you can kind of clean up, can't you?
When they killed Rita, that's really when the series went down.
Yeah, I agree.
Once they did that, they were building up her character so nicely. I was like, oh, who's this lady? A lot of love going on here, and I like it.
Perhaps if they remade it nowadays, he wouldn't be a sort of blood splatter analyst. He'd be like a painter, decorator, and there'd be no deaths. Just be a little sort of drama series.
Also, whenever they killed, what's his name? Luke was like, surprise, motherfucker. Who's the Dokes? Lieutenant Dokes? Detective?
Yeah.
Whenever they blew him up, I was like, wow, you're really going to kill the fucking greatest antagonist ever?
Yeah, why
or protagonist, depending which way you look at it. It's not quite fun. Speaking of quite fun, big up Side Dancer member for 6 months. Big up Jacob. Hope you and the family are well. We are doing well. Big up to you, Side Dancer. Good to see you in the house. And then George gifting 2 memberships out. Let's see where those landed. I did change the title of this video to Heated Debate. Oh, there's 3 from George. George of the jungle. Let's see. Frank Marcel. Big up Frank Marcel getting that membership. The Diddler. Hopefully you're not at an elementary, but you've also gotten one of the memberships. And Sod's Football Corner. Wow. Sod the Fraud has been gifted a membership. And isn't that quite nice? Big up George.
It's just what the channel needed.
Just what the channel needed, yeah. Just, big up Sod. Big up everyone who did get a membership. Make sure you take advantage of that, which I don't know when I'm going to do the next member show, but maybe we'll do that soon. I don't know. But I don't remember what I was saying. I think it was thank you, George. Thank you for becoming a sponsor. And
we were talking about Ange being a success no matter what. And you rubbed
Big
your
up, Frank.
balls a lot.
Yeah, I rubbed my. That's right. I rubbed the crystal ball that I got on Amazon, and it told me that no, Ange is not wrong with his tactics. That it's these fucking players. It's these players. Let's look at James Madison for a second. Who, Kuva? I'm convinced that he sold me a pipe dream. That James Madison sold me this version of himself. Feel like James Madison did to Spurs what I did to my wife before she was my wife. I sold her on the idea of the man that I could be. I sold her on the idea of this man that I am sometimes, maybe a third of the season, per season. And now we're starting to see the reality of that person. And a lot of Leicester fans said whenever we came and grabbed him that, oh, he's going to be great. You're going to fall in love. You're going to think this. You're going to, start dreaming. And then he's going to get injured and he's not going to come back quite the same. And it's literally to a T what has happened with James Madison. Is James Madison for real like me? Is he me in the sense of how I bamboozled my wife? Or is it just, oh, poor Madison? He just hasn't got, because to me, when you look at the things that he was doing really, really well in the first 9-10 matches of the season, he was being creative, but those passes, whenever he chose to be creative, were finding the target every single time. And it's like, now he's less reluctant to be creative, but sometimes when he is creative, he does do that incisive pass, but it never hits the fucking target anymore. Is this him revealing who he is, like I did to my wife a year after we were officially married and it was too late? Or
Too late.
it's too late. You can't go anywhere. It's too late.
Okay.
You're contractually obligated to be my wife until death do us part. So
I think, fortunately for you, the circumstances aren't the same, because what we should be looking at the club is alternatives to James Madison when he's not on form or he is injured, and somebody else can just go in the team and fill in and do all the roles that James Madison's doing. So in your case, that would be a really bad thing to happen. But in Spurs' case, that's what it should be like. So it shouldn't be.
So you go sign Ezzy. Does that solve the problem then?
Yeah, it shouldn't be all the pressure on him to be the only creative player at the club. There should be players easy. We should be brimming with those sort of players. So let's get in the sort of Ezes and players like that to go with him. If they're all fit and healthy, that's great. If some of them are out, we don't suffer for it. So if Madison has trouble with injuries, you can just leave him out a little bit longer. No giving players injections to play through the pain, because we should have plenty of depth in the squad to be able to just rest them properly, and just let them find their form naturally rather than all the pressure on them. It's just what we got, what people were saying we were going to get with Madison. You're right. Remember Wayne Holland in particular saying about it. We're going to have this period where Madison just isn't there. So it's due diligence again, isn't it? It's one of those phrases that keeps coming up. Do we do the background research on players and we're prepared for what happens with them, or their attitudes being a bit off, or, whatever the reasons are. But we've always been the club that's just not prepared for it. Anything that would be like a difficulty for another club becomes a crisis for us.
Speaking of crisis, have you seen the league third kit? Look at this fucking thing.
Well, actually, no, I like it. Those games where we go missing, you might as well have the camouflage to go with it.
Oh, that's a great idea. We couldn't make out the pass because we couldn't see them. We didn't know they were there.
Or the team didn't turn up. You just, they were there. You just didn't see them.
This shirt reminds me, there's a game I used to play with my mother, rest in peace. Whenever we'd be at a dinner table and we'd be waiting, and she would draw like a 10 by 10, like 10 dots across, 10 dots down, and fill a dot and like you play a game where like you try and make a box, and whoever completes the box gets like a point or whatever. Do you know what game I'm talking about? Or is that just
no?
Connect the dots? I don't know. Is that a fucking
Probably.
I'll have to figure out what that game thing is next time before I just speak out of my ass like I just did. But this is what it reminds me of with all those white dots.
This to me looks like a green shirt that it's been out in the rain, and it's like it's been put together really cheaply.
I feel like my nipples will poke out real easy. This looks like paper mache thin. I don't know. I'm sure the fabric will be fine, but I'm not really. I don't really like it, if I'm honest. I don't know why, but I started. I wanted y'all to see that. So there you go. Thoughts on it? I don't like it, but I never like our shirts until we see them on. Once I see Sun wearing it, Destiny wearing it, I'll probably end up buying it. I'll be honest.
That's just horrendous. That really is. That's Spurs trying to get into the Call of Duty market.
Wait till you see our away kit. Hang on, do I have it some? I'm sure I've got it somewhere. You know what it reminds me of? Like this. There was a tweet that I think I retweeted or something. Wow, I'm going through the ringers here. Oh, here you go. Yeah, this will make you feel better, Kuva, about Ange, and all the people in the chat worry about Ange. In the first 35 matches, Postecoglou is right up there with Jurgen Klopp and Mikel Arteta in regards to points achieved. So look at Lisa Simpson. Does she look stressed? A little bit. So you should be too.
Very.
A little bit. Oh, and as I say Lisa Simpson, there's Lisa O. Big up Lisa O. Says, I like the green ugly, but the green, it's ugly, but I do like it. There's no red. That's true. There is no red.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to 3 Spurs Boys where you can find some more Kuva, by the way. I can't wait till bro, if we could get those Jordan, that'd be...
I mean, as colours, I do like green and yellow. I should have been a Norwich fan, really, just for that. But yeah, I don't mind the idea of the colour. It's just, it just looks, yeah, like I said, it looks like a shirt that's been dyed green and then put out in the rain, and it's just faded. You know, like the colours washing out.
Yeah, like parts of it, like it's kind of like, yeah.
You're just thinking,
it does look like...
God damn, I paid like, you know, I paid 40 quid for this, and it's like all the colours running.
I got a question for you. Is Oliver Skipp's future at inverted left back?
Nah. Inverted anything. Just inverted from the pitch, maybe. No, we've got him because he's homegrown. That's all there is to it. It'd be long gone if it wasn't for that.
Hey, you get Ezzy, you can let that one go. If you get Ezzy, you can release one of those 7 hostages we have as goalkeepers. Also, we've got like 4 of them just being homegrowns, and one. Alfie Whiteman travels the world and journals and does photography and like poem writing. He has so much time on his hands because he's not needed by the academy. He's not needed by the first team. He's not even needed at training. He's really in this purgatory hell of like, you're just getting paid, my friend, to exist. And that's quite nice. I'm pretty sure this guy does DMT and mushrooms and acid trips on the weekend because he doesn't have responsibilities. He just fucking collects a check. And, you know, he knows that he is just a number to a box to be checked. And big up Alfie Whiteman. What do you make of Ange Postecoglou's gestures at the end? This was Liverpool, I believe. I don't know. All the losses have run together, and I'm very deep into my bookmarks now.
It's charades, isn't it? It's like one word. Think about it, and the word shit.
To me, this is him saying what I've been saying. We lose this, we get Europa Club Investa more money. Europa Investa, Champions League. They're done. We'll get you Jed Spence back on loan.
Perhaps it's just singling out one of the players in particular. Take your pick, and just saying you electric diode, you know, electric shock treatment.
We're gonna give Emerson Royale fucking, what do they call that when they used to hook the housewives up to it and give them an electroshock back in the 40s?
I'll call it funny, but it's probably got a proper name.
Fuck, what is it?
Electroshock therapy or something.
No, there was a definite word for it because it was a joke with like the old sexist boomers, like don't make a lobotomy. That's what it is.
Oh, that's more a surgical thing, isn't it?
No, it's like, well, I mean, it is in a sense for treatment, but it's not surgical. They just put these pads on your head and then give you a good shock, or they put a towel in your mouth and give you a little.
No, I'm
shock.
sure that's just shock therapy.
It's illegal. It's illegal now. I'm pretty sure lobotomy.
I'm sure lobotomies when it's actually surgical, they cut into the brain.
Maybe it's not lobotomy that I'm thinking of. Then I don't really know.
Yeah,
but
I'm
to
going
me,
for
this is not
shock therapy. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Hey, I've seen movies, so I'm an expert on things.
I think it was an American Horror Story, the second season, whichever one they were in the insane asylum. Have you ever seen that series? I mean, it's
No.
American Horror Story, so of course you probably haven't. Probably made it all the way out there to
I've
Hertfordshire.
seen parts of the first series. It was actually quite good. I just haven't got round to it again. So I think there's about 87 series to catch up with now, isn't there? Something like that.
Well, each season is like its own story, so you could really just watch one season and then fuck off. It's all good. That's what I would do. There was only about three. There's only about 3 good seasons. There were the first 3 anyway. So, or maybe it was 2. I don't really remember.
Fair enough, buddy. I'll go and do that now then.
And there goes Kuva. We missed him. We just missed him. To me, I don't know if this is lobotomy or electroshock therapy that he's signaling, but maybe he's telling us as Spurs fans to get our heads looked at. Maybe because those were the traveling fans, like, y'all came all the way to Liverpool to watch this. You get your head checked, and I'll love you for it. I don't know. That's what. There's a lot of ways to interpret this.
Maybe it's the new part, new part of the building. That way to the lobotomy suite. It's Levy's just opened it up to go with the hotel. Overnight.
Speaking of Levy, did you know him and Leo?
Yeah, I love it.
Did you know Levy and Leo are homies?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that.
He said, go subscribe to Mile High Hotspur. You can catch me there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So shout out Daniel Levy and Leo. Leo got in them brown envelopes.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, what else do I have here?
I see.
Here's James Madison refusing to give the ball to Pedro Porro on a free kick, and then he went on to sky it. If you remember that, he just fucking little souvenir for all the people out there. There's a bunch of Liverpool stuff, like Brennan Johnson getting kicked in the fucking head, and they didn't care to even look at it and say that could have been a penalty. When it was 4-2, yeah, it was 4-2. But hey, I think it's Gibbs White versus Madison.
I don't think it really mattered that much in the long run, because the reason we scored 2 goals is because Liverpool decided to take their foot off the throttle. They suddenly went on the beach because they saw us, 11 of our players out on the beach. So they thought, hey, we could just take it easy for once.
We were so lame. We were just the people that were at the bar that's in the pool that's looking at the beach. Like, you could be in the beach, but instead you're in chlorinated fucking fresh water, pissing in it with a bunch of other drunk boomers at the fucking
those
bar
that's there on the beach, and somebody says, "Can you just keep an eye on my stuff while I'm going out for a swim?" Sort of thing.
Oh man, what a bunch of frauds. I legitimately was like, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm more angry than usual watching, and I'm convinced. Like, again, you watch back the match, the highlights. Our players look like they're in Cancun. Like, legitimately. Yeah. I know we're joking about the beach, but they're mentally, physically, are just like, Basuma, what the fuck are you doing? Madison, when he came on, what the fuck are you doing? Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski, what are we doing? They have moments where they're like, oh, look at that. And then they go, well, I'll just fucking coast the rest of this. We don't look interested. We're getting fucked anyway.
As much as I like Big Ange, watching that with the players made me think, has he lost them? Are they just not buying into this at all now? Because
that'll be very sad if that's the case. That'll be fucking disappointing if that's the case, because how many managers do these players have to throw under the bus before we actually say, maybe it's not the manager's like, there's a good conversation I had with Paul the Hotspur Hippie over the last several weeks, and it's been about this, that these players are doing it again. That and me as a diehard Heung-min Son fan, I have to look at him and question, why does he not fucking, like, okay, he's got credit in the bank, yes. That is 100% certain. He has credit in the bank with me. He has credit in the bank in my heart. He has credit in the bank in my loins. But 4 games in a row where he refused to fucking shoot the ball. 4 games in a row where he refused to say, fuck all these losers. This is the Heung-min Son show. You are all here to watch me be great. And it's... To me, I get really frustrated and I get really annoyed when I see him outside of the box. It's on his right foot, which is his preferred, if you can say he has a preferred foot, because he has fucking 5-star with both feet. But he's outside the box. I'd rather pass it to some fucking loser who's going to do shit with it than shoot it. Højbjerg comes onto the pitch in one of those 4 losses. I don't remember which one it was. But Højbjerg comes onto the pitch. First thing he does, fucking have a crack at it. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Instead, Son, is it the, and this is my question, is it the tactics that's asked, is it Ange that's saying, Son, I know you can shoot from anywhere in the fucking final third and likely put it on target and score, but don't. Pass it to the loser next to you. Pass it to the loser. The first loser you find wearing our shirt, pass it to that fucking guy, because that really pisses me off. He is our best player. He is the most lethal finisher. And I, as a fan of his, argue that he is the best finisher in the league. But how can, if he doesn't fucking shoot, how can I make that argument when he doesn't let it have a crack at it from outside the box? And I'm singling Son and Madison out because one is the captain and one is the vice captain. And when shit is bad, when the fucking boat is sinking, you look to your captain to say, what do I do? How do I act? And if they're playing like a fucking bum, then guess what? I think it's going to resonate with everyone else. And maybe I'm in the mud because I have felt and defended for so long this leadership group. But Cuti Romero is the only one in those 4 games that we've been getting piped that he looks like he gives a fuck. He's the only one who said, I'm going to make something happen here. And he became our second striker, forced an error, and got us back into the match versus Arsenal. And he was the only one that was like, come on, you fuck. Instead, everyone just, oh, you do it. Oh, it just looks like we're just pass it. You figure it out. Pass it and you figure it out. And to me, I go back to Son here, Kuva. Is that Ange telling him, pass it to the bro, your Son. In comparison, everyone is a fucking loser. Do not pass him the ball. I want Son to be Zlatan. I need Zlatan to have a fucking meeting with Son and say, don't pass it to these bozos. Everyone's here to watch you. You are it. You are the thing. Now pick your team up by the fucking teat. Grab them by the fucking teat. Lift your team up and give us a chance. I'm not saying go win the game. I'm not saying go be fucking Lionel Messi. I just need a moment of you showing me that you give a fuck. Because to me, Romero, the only one out of those 3 in the leadership group that has shown that. What about you, Kuva? Am I just losing my shit?
No, I was just enjoying that.
I can keep going, but I'm trying to have this as a conversation, not just me fucking yelling until my daughter wakes up.
Is this stemming entirely from the decision on free kicks that Sonny should take it? Are we starting with that point, or he said Sonny should just take the ball for free kicks, take it himself, because
not just free kicks. I'm saying when we're doing this horseshoe activity where no one's doing fuck all, they're just like, hey,
yeah.
You just see arms pointing and no incisive runs, arms pointing and just lay it off or pass it back and reset. When we're doing that shit, and there's been times where Son does have the ball and he's outside of the box and there looks like there's a little bit of an opening where Son under Jose Mourinho says, fuck it, let me have a crack. Son under Conte says, fuck it, let me have a crack. And he curls it top bins. We've seen it time and time again. There's a reason that motherfucker got so many goals. He can do it, but he's not. And I don't know why. Is that Ange? Because if so, then I'm mad at Ange for it. Is it Son trying to be a captain and trying to share the sugar? Fuck them. They're diabetic anyway. Keep the sugar. It's yours, Son. This is your world, bro. We just fucking breathe your air, and you're just not taking over. You're not grabbing the fucking thing and saying, this is my fucking game. This is my fucking team. I'm the fucking captain. Fuck Harry Kane. Who? Harry who? Harry Trophyless Kane.
I would pay to watch Sonny going like that. It's so far removed. No,
that's what bothers me. Why?
For me, things like free kicks. I'll look at the fact that very few free kicks are scored directly nowadays, so it's not that big a deal. I think if that was the case, I'd looked at for him.
It's more the open play that pisses me off, for what it's worth.
Just with the free kicks, I'd say the argument is to get Sonny in the box, so pick up the loose ball, and if it's hit a defender or goalkeeper saves it, or whatever, just a bit of carnage. You want your best player in there to stick it away. Open play, though, I agree. I'd much prefer to see him take a few shots from further out, or any of them. Madison too. We've been crying out for it for a long time. Occasionally see it from like a Porro or something like that. He did score a great goal against Burnley, didn't he? But there's too little of it. But I think it is down to the tactics failing a lot of the time when we're doing the horseshoe. It's teams have learned not to go chasing our players out wide. They hold that compact shape in the centre, don't allow us any spaces, because that's what we're trying to work. We're trying to pass it out to the wings, draw players out, and then pounce through the middle in numbers. And people have got wise to that now. So they're letting us have the ball out in wide areas. You notice that the likes of Brennan Johnson, he'll easily get the ball on the touchline.
Is it the tactics or is it the player? When we get into those situations, Kuva, I agree. We get into these moments where it's just uncreative, but no one's doing fuck all. And you just see, it's like Romero standing on the ball and they say, oh, Romero holds the ball too long. Motherfucker, he's looking for somewhere to pass it. Because everyone's just fucking, hey, look over there. Hey, look over there. No one, like, why is everyone not, no one wants to be the fucking guy. No one wants to be that dude.
Here's part of the reason it's failing when we do the horseshoe bit is because teams will allow us to put it out to the player that's wide on the touchline, whether it's Brennan Johnson or Werner or whoever else is out there, because they know there's not much danger coming from it. Now, if you've got a Mo Salah out there and you're giving him free run on the ball,
but Son having the ball at the top of the box is a danger to any fucking body. Everyone in the Premier League knows that, but he's not shooting it. He's passing it to fucking whoever the fuck, a bunch of losers, and it pisses me off. I'm watching the game. I'm like, bro,
perhaps he just hasn't got the confidence in letting fly from range at the moment. Perhaps he's not. Perhaps he's just not getting quite that sort of half a yard of space that he prefers to have, because it's all the plays all condensed there. It usually, when you see Sonny at his best, it's a through ball for him, isn't it? So he can run onto it in loads of space, and he just picks his shot, and it's going to be a fantastic shot. When he's got very little room to manoeuvre the ball, perhaps it's just that plays on his mind a little bit, thinking, I've not really got the room here. I need to do something else with it.
Once upon a time, Son versus Burnley dribbled through their entire fucking team and scored. Once upon a time. I don't know that I will even entertain the thought that this motherfucker don't think he can do it. Like, this guy has been consistently scoring bangers from outside the box with little space. Like, I remember during lockdown, they'd have 3 people sat back, and Son was still just running through him with him and Kane. And yes, it was that ball over the top or through the lines from Kane to him that gave him all that space to do it. But there were also times where it was in the build-up play, and he just said, fuck it, I'm going in between the 3 of y'all. And he just shoot it up and around.
Again, it's the difference is back then it was on counter-attacks. Now we're watching our players in their half of the field, their third of the field, and we're really congested around the box. So they got numbers in there. We've got numbers in there. I just don't think there's that kind of room to work his craft like Sonny really wants to. I think the game's too compact. I think with it's one of the problems with our team. It's all well and good having pace and players that can strike the ball from distance if they're given the bit of room. But if part of your tactic is to take away the room, that pace doesn't count for a lot either, because there's no room for them to, really get into their stride and open up a distance between them and a defender. So we're lacking ways to break teams down, and I think that is down to partly it's the tactics, partly it's we have a collection of players that aren't that creative. Let's face it, there's no Phil Fodens in there. There's no sort of,
But it's not even about like the. It's not even about, to me anyway, it's not even about the like lack of that creative maestro like a Phil Foden, right? Because to me, it's just a matter of these guys being pussies right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just too simplistic of a way to view it. Maybe I'm just on caveman settings right now, but I'm just like, why is everyone being pussies? I watch and they look like pussies. And like, I didn't watch and think that they were all pussies before, but it's like I'm watching and that final third we're just like, and they was cut to our face after we fuck up an attack. And it just looks like a fucking, like someone spilled your milk and ate your fucking candy. And now you just, Mama, that wasn't nice. Like, I'm tired of seeing Brennan Johnson's face after he fucking sends a cross into the south stand. And he just does his face. And then Pedro Porro shoot it and it'll fly into Foxville and he does his face. They all do the same fucking face. Like, oh, was that me? Like, you... God, it boils my blood, Kuba. I actually get so pissed. And, like, that's why I'm so reluctant to blame Ange for a lot of these things. Because I see their stupid fucking faces. And then it cuts to Ange, and he's screaming bloody murder. Or he looks like he's contemplating a word I'm not going to say on live air.
Wait a minute. Maybe this ties in with something from earlier. Them pulling that face. Maybe that's what Ange is saying. Pull that face up. You know, sort of, and yeah, he's telling him just raise that face up. That's just
this. I just want to see these players stop being little bitches, bro. In the midfield, for 20 games in the midfield, we've been overrun. It don't matter who the fuck we play. I said, who the fuck is Lukic? And this guy's dominating us in the midfield. Who the fuck is Lukic, bro? Do you even know what team Lukic plays for?
Lukic. Sorry.
His last name is Lukic. His number's 28. And he dominated us 2 times that we've seen him this season. Who the fuck is Lukic?
I wonder if he's related to John Lukic, that ex-goalkeeper, maybe.
He plays for Fulham. Fulham's midfield dominated us. And they're not the only ones. Even games where we won, we were still getting fucked up in the midfield. First time we played Sheffield, dominated us in the midfield. Why do we just act like pussies sometimes? Like, I wish I was educated and I had a better turn. Like, well, my wife, these last 4 weeks, I've been screaming into the nothingness because I haven't been streaming and I've been watching these results, and it's me, my wife, and 2 children who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So she's literally the only person in this household who knows what I'm talking about. And she's like, can you please stop saying that word? Because I'm watching the match and I just keep screaming pussies. And after the match, I'm pacing around the apartment. I'm like, pussies, bro. That's all I see. Just fucking, and then they cut to their fucking face. That's the last thing I want to see is their fucking face after they blow it. I hate that, bro. It boils my blood. So is there a better word that I can use than pussies?
Kind of fits, doesn't it?
They're just like
it's a useful kind. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Little.
You know what that face reminds me of, Jacob? That you pull in though. It's like every American like crime movie where you've got the local sheriff and his deputy's got a face like that on. You know, the idiot deputy from like Scream and things like that. Yeah, it fits. Well, they don't quite know what's going on there. Something's happened, but it's just beyond them. I don't know. We got problems. We got problems. There's I don't think there's enough character in that team.
This midfield. So I've had a lot of trouble sitting behind a fucking keyboard. Oh, it makes me so mad. And then people are like, Jacob, why are you typing in all caps? Fuck you. That's why I'm typing in all caps. So when I'm in the chat and I'm typing, and then people are just saying all this and that, and like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, you fucking, you really, so I wish someone would say, you know what, that's not actually true. But when they're doing combined 11s, and I'm sitting behind a keyboard, and anyone argued for any Tottenham Hotspur player to make it into anyone's fucking midfield, it pisses me off. Because who the fuck no? Unless we're basing it off of factions in the season. First 10 games, Yves Bissouma gets into every fucking squad. I don't give a damn.
And Maddison, yeah.
And Maddison. Now, where the fuck are they? Who the fuck are they? When I watch, who is that? You bro, it might as well be fucking Harry Winks with a dark tan, not wearing that number 8, just passing it back, and then, oh, am I supposed to track that guy?
They are currently on Sheffield United form. They really are. That's how bad it's been. What really causes that? Who knows? You've got to think there's just a lack of options, like a real sort of driving force to the team. Who is it? Like I said earlier, if it's not Romero, who's going to do it? Who's going to roll their sleeves up and drag the team out of the shit when we need them? There's just so little. Do you think this goes on in their head when they're playing?
This definitely goes on in my head because all I can think is wet wipe thoughts. That's why I started the wet wipe lounge. God, I literally, I feel, I hear that song a lot when I'm watching Tottenham. Just, and they just, just, that's the pace. That's the lackadaisical approach that we have. Our approach in general views to how we, like, I'm looking here at some of these past results. West Ham, when we drew with them, bro, they dominated us with Paquita and Suchek and Ward-Prowse in the midfield, bodied. Luton Town, Tommy Chong cooked us. Tommy fucking Chong. I mean, his name's not Tommy Chong, but I call him Tommy Chong.
Yeah, you can't knock a name like that, though.
That's fucking, yeah. Yeah, shout him out. Hey, I'll sign him, bro. He'll walk into this. Look, am I just being overreactive and a wham right now? Am I being a big wham?
Yeah, fans are allowed to be wah. Why shouldn't they? If what you're watching isn't good enough, you should be allowed to say so. I've never bought into this, like, you've got to support them through no matter what with a smile on your face. No, be angry. The team needs to see that fans are not happy with it. Well, who else holds them accountable? If the manager just like looking for his long-term future and he daren't upset some players, who else is going to let the players know that they're not good enough? So it is down to the fans. Players getting paid enough damn money to put in the effort to try and fix whatever's bad about their game. In some ways, you got a bit of respect for Emerson Royale because he knows how bad he is, so he goes and spends £1 million on equipment to try and improve himself.
I don't ever want to hear anyone try and say about respect. I'm done with respecting Emerson Royale. Fuck Emerson Royale. How about that?
Oh, come on.
No. He disrespected the fucking entire league. He disrespected the sport. When you watch Mohamed Salah on that first goal, if you play no-look defense versus fucking anybody in the league, it's not fine, but where we're at, I'd say it's fine. It's Emerson Royale. What are you going to do? But it's Mohamed Salah, bro. That's the best right winger in the league for the past fucking 5 years.
Are you not learning, though, Jacob?
For the last 5 years, Kuva, he is the best right winger in the fucking Premier League. He's won golden boots. He's won shit. He's won fucking the echelons. And he's been the driving force of their attack, of the reason why they've had the success. And Emerson Royale to do the no-look defense on him, to me, that is disrespectful to the fucking sport. It is disrespectful to the league. It is disrespectful to fucking Tottenham, to Liverpool, to Mohamed Salah, to anyone who's ever competed against Mohamed Salah and given him a grain of their respect. It's disrespectful to them as well.
I think you're missing the lesson there, Jacob. What has Emerson Royale taught us, if nothing else? That no-look is a legitimate tactic. When you see another team attacking and Emerson Royale defending, do what I do. No look. It's okay then.
I guess it's like the scene in Titanic when I watched it in theaters. My mom said, cover your eyes, don't look at the boobies. But I did this, and I saw the boobies anyway through my fingers. But that's besides the point.
There's another way to watch Spurs as well. Don't watch them live. Just watch the recording, and then you can just skip through all the bad stuff and watch like the last sort of 30 seconds or something.
So we play Burnley at 8 a.m. Kuva. Am I waking up for this, or am I just going to sleep and hold my family tight?
Have a lie-in, mate. Just all you need to do is watch some highlights.
Because here's the thing: I stay up till 6 a.m. now, so I would have to stay up an extra 3-4 hours to catch this match.
Look,
I will be dead.
Put it this way: well, how much do you respect your own time? That's the real question. For me, I'm not bothered about watching it. I've seen what I need to see this season. I know it's not getting fixed until the end of the season, and hopefully some sort of miraculous.
I don't know, Kuva. I would say as a fan abroad, I've felt since I became a diehard Tottenham fan that it is my duty, it is my responsibility to always watch the match, regardless of time, opponent, or circumstance. Like I feel that as a foreign fan is my duty. Much like if an American football fan is not supporting the MLS, to me that just seems weird because as boring as the MLS can be to watch sometimes, I try to support at least one team in it, because to me, if you're an American and you're not trying to help grow the American league, like, you're really doing a disservice to the sport. But as a fan of Tottenham, as a man who lives in America who can't go watch, I've never been like I've woken up at 5 a.m. to watch fucking Conte ball versus Leeds, and we won 1-0, I think it was. And I've woken up at 5 a.m. for that. I've stayed up. So it's not like it's out of the realm of like my possibility. It's just
You've done your time. Don't put yourself through it anymore. You're on parole now. You don't need to you don't need to get out chipping away rocks on a chain gang like so. At the moment, we are a terrible watch. There's no doubt about it. We spend more time in every match looking really bad than we do looking half decent. Why disrespect your own
when
time?
we do look decent, it's like you start thinking bro. If you watch Liverpool, when we just scored that, when Son scored the second, I was legit like, we might get a draw. We might fucking play shit for a long time and might get a draw. And
yeah, but then what happened?
It's that thing that keeps you coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's that.
But then what happened is Liverpool thought, yeah, okay, we better start taking this seriously again. And then they just went back on the offensive and could have scored more.
Nah, but they didn't. They could have, but they did.
But
then at that point, they did control. What?
You're doing it again, man. You're trying to look positive at this stuff. This is crap. Just forget it this season. We're done until the summer. Don't waste your time. If it's too early for you, don't get up. Have a lie in. Treat yourself.
So what is it then, Kuva? Is it the players? Is it Ange?
It's all of it. It's all of it. It's incompatibilities as far as I'm concerned. Is it Levy?
Yeah,
Levy's ultimately built the mess over a couple of decades. We've had times when we've had a great team and didn't kick on from it, didn't keep adding to it as we should have. So it fell away. We built a terrible squad in the last 5 years.
Okay,
so just started putting a few good players back in. We're not going to do it overnight. So we've now got a manager that wants to play this really great attacking brand of football with players that just clearly aren't up to it. So that's not his fault. He can't even really blame the players, because if you're Emerson Royale and you're getting picked, it's not your fault you can't play football. That's the club's fault. You should never be at the club. So who do you really blame? To be fair,
everyone was saying play Emerson Royale over Ben Davies, and Ange played Ben Davies until the fucking wheels fell off there. Oh no. Like I said, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what there's a definite problem. And to me, the more and more this continues, I have to look at players. Obviously, the club and the place that we are at is due to the ownership, right? But when I watch that 90 minutes, we are where we are. We've done what we've done. But when I see fuckers not tracking back and I see gaping space and then Emerson Royale doing no-look defense versus the best right winger in the Premier League for the last fucking 6-7 years, and then you're telling me, oh, but we got to respect Emerson because of the 1 million he spent. Bro, you could spend 100 million. Just give the money to charity. You ain't that's like Elon Musk trying to be a fucking bodybuilder. Bro, you have the body of a barrel. You are not going to be a bodybuilder. You could throw all the money you fucking want at it. You're not going to solve that problem. Move on. Just go. Like, you can only go to Turkey and get so many hair transplants, right? I think legally they gotta stop allowing you in the motherfucker. Like, at some point, you got to give it up.
Come on, Jacob, though. How much is Emerson getting per week? I can't remember. Say 60 grand, something like that, is it?
I think it's like 75, yeah, something like that.
Okay, 75 grand a week. So say £3 to £4 million a year for playing for Spurs. How can you not respect that? I wish I had that complete lack of talent and get a long-term contract from somebody who's going to pay me £4 million a year. Well, hell, I'd go and buy spend £1 million on equipment again and carry on getting away with it. It's brilliant. I admire that kind of theft right in front of everybody's noses. It's
been happening. We've had Eric Dyer. Yeah. That's been happening.
Absolutely.
Well,
Werner as well.
Big up George.
We can hire in. Yeah, we hire in extra players to do the same thing with Werner, don't we?
I've told you, we've talked about this how many times, Kuva? feel like you and I have talked about Timo. Well, and I said if he scored a hat trick a game for the rest of the games, then I would sign him. And he got injured the next match.
Probably for the best.
We had our sample size. We had our sample, bro. He's.
It did.
I'm sorry.
change
I'm sorry.
my-
As much as I love to believe in the hope, there's things that I've called when we did it. When we signed Brian Hill, at no point was I ever like, maybe Brian Hill can offer us something. I saw him and I said no. No.
Yeah,
Adama
so-
Traore could offer us something. It's not a whole great deal of something, but it is still something. Brian Hill offers nothing. Timo offers a small something as well. Some say he is the German Adama Traore, and maybe they're right.
He's the German Shane Long.
Who the fuck is Shane Long?
Exactly.
Who the fuck is Lukic?
He's a player. He went around a few clubs in the Premiership. A long time at Southampton for a start. He was a striker, but he scored like about 3 goals in 900 games. But he just ran around a lot, and people loved him. People loved his attitude and work rate, because apparently that's a great skill to have in the Premiership.
Well, whenever I was bashing on Kulu in the beginning of the season, saying I don't think he's a real winger, he's a faker, he's a phony, he's a fraud, he's a faux winger, they all said, oh, but he runs around the most out of everybody. He covers the most ground.
What's that?
I said, great. That's like having a lawnmower that can fucking, you just put a little bit of gas, that lawnmower will cover all the surface area, but don't mean the blades cutting the grass now, does it?
Yeah, exactly. These players that get bigged up for their work rate and how much ground they cover. This is the sort of statistic you have when you're a team like Sheffield United and you come up. You know, the players are giving it everything they've got every week. Look how much ground they're covering. Why do we say that? It's because they haven't got any damn talent. They haven't got any skill. They're not world-class players.
Did you watch the Champions League second legs this week?
A bit of all of them.
For me, watching them was like, is that what a person does when they are confident on the ball? It may not have ended in a goal, but wow, he picked that ball up and he danced with it and he moved and made a great pass. And the shot at the end ended up going off target. But I forgot what, like, I just got so used to Brendan Johnson just fucking running and Timo just running. And we're just running, and then it's just running, and then we just stop, and then everyone stands there. I'm digressing. Let me say thank you real quick to George, member for 7 months. Says, well said, Jay. Good luck on your road to 5K. Good luck. Thank you for the good luck. It'll happen when it happens. You can subscribe if you want to subscribe. You can like and all that fun stuff. It's free. It'll happen when it happens. I'm not grinding on YouTube, so if you're not grinding on YouTube, how can you expect the subs to go up and stuff? I'm more just doing these fucking shows because I miss talking about Tottenham and chatting with people in the chat and being angry. Because look, now I do all this, my wife's gonna be like, wow, you seem like a fucking lovely human being to be around. But for 4 matches, when I'm just around the house, these fucking pussies, these ass motherfuckers, she's like, honey, what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
you want to change this diaper full of shit? Yeah, I've been watching shit. I would love to wipe it away. And so it's it gives. I miss this, but thank you for the good luck to Road to 5K.
Do you think it's these little phases of anger, and then when you snap out of them, this is when you end up with the extra child? Do you think that's something to do with it as well?
No, because I want to say 9 months ago, I was probably chilling, feeling real good about things.
Okay. Now we know what to watch for. We say, Jacob, just careful what you're doing, man.
Hey, we better not go another 10 matches undefeated. Might get third child come out now. I think that's what it was. I was enjoying the 10. You know, I said, hey, my manager said to enjoy myself while we're top of the league. It was my fucking birthday, November 1st, and we were top of the league, Kuva. And people were like, where's that Jacob? Where's that shameless Jacob? I love the phrase, the wind blows the strongest at the top of the mountain.
I,
Because
I,
we were at
I
the top
think
of the
we.
mountain for a little bit of. The reason why we were up there for so long was because there was an international break. But we don't have to mention that in the future. We could just say we were on top for at least 2 weeks, which is how long the international break was.
So we're talking Spurs top of the league, maybe good bit of food, a few nice drinks, maybe, and then you think, what's going to make this day go from great to perfect? And then 9 months later, we know what it is.
And now I'm like, I don't think it made the day perfect. I think it made the day tougher and everything harder. But she is adorable. Big up Dunkelstork. Good to see you in the house with the Dunkelstork currency. I guess that's what DKK stands for. Dunkelstork. Dunkelstork currency. 50 of it. Big up. Thank you. Says, I would bite your hand off for all of Brentford's forwards except for Maupay, that fraud. Maupay is a pussy and a fraud. What's your guys' opinions? Should we get some? Should we get some OG them? Should we get some of them? I think is what you meant to say. And I was forcing down a burp that was coming out at the same time.
They've got
Tony,
a decent forward line.
Yohan Visa and Ryan Mbeumo. Ryan Mbeumo, if Danny Kiriaku's still in the chat, he tweeted about it. And I remember talking at the end of last season saying, I kind of like that Mbeumo. Like, yeah, Tony was killing it last year, but that Ryan Mbeumo seemed like a decent little winger. Maybe we could, and he looks about 45, but he's only like 24. I found out. So I like Ryan Mbeumo. That's probably the first one I would grab. Yohan Visa is very good as well. He's been injured most of this season, so we haven't really gotten to see the best of him. But when he did come back, I think he hit a bicycle kick. He did attempt that about 3 times before he got it to go. But I like Yohan Visa. I like Ivan Toney. I like all of them. Fuck it. Give me all 3. And
Are they clinical enough for winning titles? Maybe not. Are they better than what we got now? Hell yeah, I think so.
Bro, if we had Tony and Mbeumo and Son in the front 3, that would look astronomically better than Son, Brennan, and Kulu. Because what the fuck is that? One's not even a winger, and one, they're going to cut to him, and this is his face. You know, when
Officer
I look like
Doofy. Officer
when I look like this is when I clean the shitter, when I go in a public toilet. Not when I play football. Oh, no. I don't mean to bash on. It bothers me when they cut to any of our players after we fuck it up in the attack. They're like just shut the fuck up.
You're right. I've realised it. That is the face you pull the first time you have to change a nappy or diaper to your kind over there.
A nappy. When we change a nappy, I grab the nappy and I squanted all the napper's juice in it and I threw it out a window.
That's nice. See, I understand you more now.
I took a scrumpy and a nappy and a nappy and a scrumpy and a smush.
But yeah, that is the face. That is the face you get with like, holy shit.
I would say
this little child that I love has just done this.
No, the worst is when you open up and then she's like, now I will proceed to go boo-boo. And
I know. I've got it.
The trajectory, the sheer inertia of a baby's bowels is quite interesting. You don't think they have the cannon like that. I'll be real honest.
That's true.
But big up Dunkelstork. I don't know how we ended up on baby shitting. But hey, that's kind of the
fun of our forwards. That was
Oh yeah. We were talking about our forwards. They reminded me of my daughter taking a big shit in the diaper. Oh, excuse me, in the nappy. In the nappy. Big up George, gifted another membership. That's like 5 gifted members today. Let me go up in the chat and see who got that. Stefan Blah. Congratulations. I believe I saw a comment saying you were going to the match versus Burnley's, and you're going to be in the South Stand. So congratulations on that, and congratulations on this United Spurs of America membership. So big up for that. Staying up a few hours later to watch Spurs already means you're putting in more effort than most of them. Isn't that a sad state of events?
Sad, but true a lot of the time.
Yeah, it is. Hey, big up Jose El Tel Cocarrel. Good evening. Hello to you. Big up Compact. I see you in the house. Nita. Shane Long wasn't a bad player at all, says Stefan Blah.
Oh, come on. maybe at a lower level, but for a Premiership team, he's a striker. He's an abysmal player. He just runs a lot.
There's Championship wingers 10 times better than Kulu and Brendan. I'll name a few. That guy we were linked with, Philogene from Hull. I like him. Jonathan Rowe from Norwich. Crescencio Somerville. Crescencio Somerville from Leeds. Also from Leeds. Wilfred Notto. I'll take him as well. I'll take Jorginho Ruder from Leeds. I will raid Leeds. I promise you. I've been talking about Crescencio Somerville on this channel for a minute now too. I like Crescencio Somerville since he was in the Premier League and he was scoring game winners. I think he also hit the equalizer against Liverpool, and when they took a point off, something like that.
I think if he stayed consistent throughout the season, he'd be a hell of a player. He's a real handful.
It's unfortunate because he was there and he was banging with Bielsa. Then he was also banging with the American dude. I forget his name, who set American managers back about 15
Jesse
years.
Marsh. Yeah,
that fucking prick, Jesse.
Yeah,
Marsh.
he's not very well liked, is he?
He set American managers back at least 15 years. I don't know when we'll see another American. Everyone's like, yeah, we got an American up there. And he's like, hi, guys, I'm fucking Jesse Marsh. You fucking prick. I hate you. It's not as bad as Greg Berhalter, but God damn it, we did so awful. Anywho, not here to talk about that fucker. But I agree with you, Deshaun. There's a lot more better wingers. God, I can't even speak English now talking to Jesse Marsh. Big up Nawaf. Hello. Yes, hit a like and subscribe on the road to 5K. Yeah, see, there he is. See, Danny's in the chat. I knew it. Says Mbuema's what we need on the right wing. So much better than... Bro, he could play left wing too.
I think right wing's the priority for us at the moment because we can shove Sonny out on the left side.
Totspurs. What the fuck if I walked into Big up Totspurs? Hey, this is a preview. And I know it's been a minute since we had one of these, but y'all forget how these previews go.
We haven't really talked about the game ahead at all, really, have we? It's just complaining about how bad this team is.
Yeah, it's been me doing a lot of complaining for sure. Big up Tots, good to see you in the house, my friend. Big up. Should we buy Barkley when Luton goes down? No. I mean, to be fair, he's been cooking. He's
done really well for them, yeah. But
I would also say for us, we tend to let those old bags really run all over us. Jared Milner. His name's not Jared Milner. James Milner. I don't know. I always call him Jerry Milner.
Deshaun Milner.
Are fans still celebrating a semifinal win 6 years ago? I think it was 5 years ago. I'll be honest. Have you watched those highlights back? I've only seen them because I've been forced to, when I'm scrolling on Twitter. But to me, as great as that is, it's still just a reminder of it. Just all I see, it's like if you put an overlay of Sissoko's armpit over those highlights, that's what I see and feel. It's like, if you got in trouble and you're like, man, when I go home, my parents are really going to fucking ground me. And you're trying to enjoy the rest of your day before you go home. And you really quite can't because you know what's looming, what's going to happen in the very, very near future. That's kind of what that feels like to me. So I don't get it. And we still don't have a winger that's willing to play like that, by the way. The way that Lucas Moura did. There was a highlight that came out when we were after Chelsea, I think it was. And it was a highlight of Lucas Moura dribbling through an entire defense very clumsily, but he did get through the entire defense and go on to score a goal while falling over. And I was thinking, we haven't really had a winger since that. Even as bad as that was, none of our wingers are attempting that at all. None of our wingers are even thinking about trying to be like that at all. And I don't know. Again, is that the tactics? Is that Ange saying, don't be that motherfucker when you have the ball. Be a pussy. Be a shell of a human when you have the ball or you receive the ball or you're around the ball. Is that what Ange is telling these players to do, Kuva?
I somehow can't believe that. Can you? But the man wants to play attacking football. Is he going to tell his players not to attack? No, I just don't think they get it.
Why are they? This is Todd Spurs. This is what you've missed for majority of the show. Me asking questions. Why? Why are we so scared of the action? You know, in America they say there's a saying, they don't want that smoke. And we clearly don't want any fucking smoke. We have baby lungs. We don't want the smoke. We don't want the vape. We don't want the fucking fart gas. We don't want nothing. Why are we so afraid of that action? It's like we go to the club and all these girls want to dance with us and we're like, nah, I'd rather stand in the corner, sip my drink and be a fucking hater, like a pussy. That's what we're doing. We're at the club, but we're a pussy about it. Why even go to the club at all? Should just stay your dunk ass at home.
Both scenarios is about having a pair of bollocks, isn't it?
And we have a fucking, what do they call that? A fupa. You know what a fupa is?
I think I'm about to find out.
Did you ever heard of what a fupa is?
No.
They call that the fat upper pussy area. We are a fupa. You've never heard that term when they say, "Oh, that girl got a fupa."
No.
Oh, look at that girl's fupa. It's like the part of the belly that's like the fat upper pussy.
The kind
area.
of pouchy sort of.
Yeah,
bit.
it's all. Yeah, it's like a. I was thinking a more PG term I should have used would probably be a fanny pack, but I think in Australia, fanny means pussy anyway. So.
Yeah, and in England as well. Yeah.
Oh, and in England, fanny means vagina. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Big up Danny Reese. What a time for you to join the show as I'm talking about the fupas. Fifth Elemento, if you've been here for the last 5 minutes, you probably know how I'm doing. But big up to you. Good to see you here in the house.
I mean, I must admit, as soon as you said fupa, I assumed it was probably one of these budget signings we're going to make.
How do you say it, Jacob? FUPA. F-U. I'll type it in the chat for those of y'all wondering what it is. This is the acronym. It's FUPA.
F-U-P-A. Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
It's FUPA. Yeah, that's what we acting like, a bunch of FUPA out there. I'm not actually just right in front of it. It's this is, I'm telling you, man. This is that. Should get Olise, bro. We should get. How is it? Crystal Palace have 3 players. I'm like, I'll take them right now.
Yeah.
Chris Richards. Everyone's sleeping. Chris Richards. I know everyone's like, oh, Joachim Anderson. Yeah, it's all I heard all summer. Oh, go get Joachim Anderson. Oh, Tottenham, go get Joachim Anderson. He's a pussy. Go get Chris Richards, who's an actual baller, who ain't afraid of the smoke. American-made steel. Chris Richards.
And then Elise and Eze, yeah.
And Mateta, he's a better fucking forward than we've got. He's a better number 9 than we've got. I'll be real honest. He does what Richarlison can do, but he can actually shoot the fucking ball. Sorry, Richarlison. I know you're injured, which I did have that. You know, I try to go through the news of the day, but Kuva, you got here and you've unleashed something inside of me.
Hey, nice. Oh, not that. Okay, right. I see. Well, it's true. It's true though. It's there is a lot to be discontented with, shall we say? I don't know. Is this the right time for a rant? Hell yeah, why not? Carry on.
I really feel when I watch this team as though you could get rid of over half of them and I would not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you look at the bench, get rid of every fucker on the bench. I don't give a fuck. I think we are so much further away than I thought we were. Like, I legitimately thought, okay, our 11 is set. Now we just need a squad. Now I'm like, I don't even think we have a strongest 11 because we've had that strongest 11 and different variations of it, and it's all fucked. I know certain players in the attack have been injured while others were hurt, and then they came back, then others left, and et cetera, et cetera. But to me, I don't know I don't know that I would use the word strongest 11. I would just put what is
when we did that tier list of players. Players that perform in some need.
Yeah, we did the ranking. Yeah,
we should have simplified that. We should have just had a simple keep or get rid of. Just simple as that. And I think we'd probably end up with about maybe 6 or 7 that we'd keep, and we can just get rid of all the rest without blinking an eye. Because I'd prefer to do that and then fill the squad out with academy players and then just cherry pick really good players to buy in to add to the team, rather than just this constant churning over crap players going out and crap players coming in. We do it all the time. That's why we're never going anywhere.
What do you think of Porro? Totspur says Pedro Porro is one of the 6 players that they would keep. What about Pedro Porro? I don't know. Pedro Porno. Pedro fucking Hudo. How many shots how many licks does it take to get to the center of the fucking Tootsie Pop, Pedro Porro?
The problem with him is I would have him as an out-and-out wing-back. That overlapping role.
I would have him not even touch our half defensively, bro, because you look like Emerson Royale sometimes. I'll be so honest.
That's my idea of a wing-back. That's defending is optional. But, I mean, he'd actually fit quite well. If we went to that 3 central defenders that Conte wanted, with what we've currently got, we've actually got quite a good fit at the back there. Vicario, Doggy, Porro, then we could have like Romero, Van der Ven, and Dragushin in there. That's a back 5. We could do that. The trouble is,
I don't want a back 5.
Conte,
fuck all that.
Now all the players are in place to do it.
No, this is the thing. And then people saying that, Ange is naive. He should have done this and that and this and that. And everyone want to be fucking football manager. Everyone want to play FIFA all of a sudden. When I was told over the summer, FIFA's for kids. But when apparently fucking fans and YouTubers want to get on stream and be like, now let's play FIFA with my tactics and change the entire structure of how we've set up this fucking team since day one, which to me, again, I appreciate a consistency in philosophy over adaptability to circumstance, especially in a first year when you're laying down the groundwork of what you're trying to do. So for me, Kuva, it's always been the players. If we do well, it's because the players decided to do what Ange is asking well, or we got lucky. And when we lose, it's because the players are not doing what Ange has asked them to do, and they're doing it shittily. Now, my number one problem with Ange thus far in his tenure as our manager is the fact that he has allowed a human being to be alive, to breathe, to exist in the coach's room who is a part of the defensive set pieces. He has allowed this man to be alive. He has allowed this man to completely take, I don't care how much he fucking makes a week. It is every penny too much, because it looks like there's not a Jared Bednack. Is that his Miles Jednak, that fucking Crystal Palace guy? Or is it Ryan Mason? I mean, my conspiracy theory, if Ryan Mason is there, it's definitely going to fail. This guy is a fucking mole. Yeah. And I feel like Ryan Mason has a clause in his contract that says, if you become interim, you get an extra $5 million. How about that? So he's just sabotaging. The game Among Us. Have you played that, Kuva, where it's like everyone's on a ship and there's one guy who's there to fuck it all. Bro, who's been here to fuck it since Jose? Ryan Mason. He was there for Nuno to fuck it. He was there for Conte to fuck it. He's here with Ange to fuck it. It's Ryan Mason, bro.
In fact, it's a really good metaphor, because who keeps setting out the same ship over and over with that Among Us character in there? That's Levy's ownership of the club, isn't it? We're set up to do that over and over, play the same game with something that's going to make us fail. Yeah, I agree. A hell of a lot of this is on the players, without doubt. We keep saying it, don't we? You get a manager does turn up. I mean, I wasn't a Mourinho fan or a Conte fan, but even at the time, I remember saying, if you just give them what they need, at least we can win something. That winning something still matters. So we will never get to see what some of these managers can truly do. Now we're in a place where, as much as optimistic, as much optimism as I do have about Ange, we can't say there's anything there to prove that he will succeed in the Premiership. So we're kind of new territory. Do we go with it? I think we've got to right now, because who else are we going to get? We've already failed with Mourinho and Conte. So it's not like we're going to get the best manager in the world suddenly come in. We're just going to have to hope we get a bit lucky again, kind of like we did with Pochettino. A little collection of players there that can do something with, bring the best out of some of the others, and then somebody comes out of the pack like a Harry Kane to suddenly become the superstar they did. We need something like that happening if we're going to get close to winning anything, as things stand. Otherwise, we need somebody to come in and drop $500 million on players.
It's Ryan Mason.
And go
I'm
and
convinced.
Mourinho back.
I don't need anything else in my life to show me the fucking light. They have Clockwork Oranged me. It's Ryan Mason. He's a mole. He's the guy in Among Us trying to fucking tear it all down because he has a contract that says, "Oh, I'm gonna get more money if I become the coach because I'm Ryan Mason." Bro, you need to take your fucking bitch ass to League Two. All right?
You know
Go
what?
fucking manage in League One. Go fucking Birmingham. Come on, Tom Brady. Take this fucking. He's just like Tom Brady. He's got a bunch of head injuries. You know what I'm saying? Take his ass to Birmingham. Get the fuck out of here, bro. He's like, how many fucking managerial like things must fall until you say, who's been a part of every single one? I don't know for a fact, but fuck it. For my agenda, he was probably a part of Pochettino's downfall. I'm going to say Pochettino's downfall started when Ryan Mason walked in the door as that fucking wide-eyed Harry Winks fucking daddy. Because that's what he is to me. That's Harry Winks' future. Our next mole. Harry Winks is going to eventually be a manager for us. An interim, excuse me. Like, bro, Ryan Mason needs to go away. I don't care that they say he only does the offensive set piece. Fuck you, Ryan Mason. Fuck you, Ryan Mason. Go away. I'm pissed, bro. Like, I'm actually pissed.
I'm enjoying this.
Ryan Mason, you fuck. How did we... It still pisses me off that his first game as our manager was in a final versus Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
He's the I'm not sure if Among Us is the right version for him. That would suggest there's a level of competence in him sabotaging things. I don't think he does that. For me, he's like this. You get a bad surface wound and you badly need a band-aid on that, and you go to the medicine cabinet. Oh, there's a pack there, and you pull it out and it's like this used plaster that's soaking wet. It's not going to stick on properly, but you just give it to your kid and say, there you go, that'll hold you, and you know it's not going to work, but just for a little bit of time they think, oh well, at least we've got something there. It's like Ryan Mason's the break glass in case of emergencies, and he just gets you through the weekend.
I don't even want to break glass. In case of emergency, fuck you. How about that? No Ryan Mason in case of. No,
just let it burn.
Just die. Just die.
Fair,
I don't
fair.
need a Ryan Mason to fucking hold me as I take my last breath. Bitch, let me die.
Let's put it this way then. This will really test you. Right. You get home one day, your kitchen is on fire. You've got a fire extinguisher there at the edge of the kitchen, and it's made by and has a picture of Ryan Mason on it. Would you use it, or do you just let the house go up?
I'm taking the fire extinguisher and I'm throwing it through the window, and I'm jumping right afterwards. And I'm using the, I don't know. I'd probably kick the fucking fire extinguisher and curse at it while I burn alive is probably what actually would happen.
That's fair.
Because the exterior pain would not be able to match the interior pain that Ryan Mason has been a part of for all of these fallen dinos that we've had, all these dominoes, not dinos, all these every single domino that's ever fucking fell in regards to our managers. Ryan Mason's been there fucking, here I am, Ryan Mason, let me get my fucking fans in there. And guess what? When there's think about it, when you've had factions of people going at each other, like Kendrick Lamar and Drake, great example. You may not be up to date with what's going on, but there is a person inside of Drake's camp that was leaking information to Kendrick Lamar. That is our Ryan Mason. That is what Ryan Mason does. No matter who's in there, Ryan Mason, don't worry, Daddy, I'm listening. I'll tell him what they said, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, they said, Levy better spend some money. And he said that. And again, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hang on. Changing my attention because I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. You know what? I'm not
Did it begin with a C?
No.
Oh right, okay,
No.
That's the one I would have used.
There was a whole. Oh shit. There was a whole thought process I was about to go down, and I was like, no, hang on. You know when you're like, fuck it, we're taking a right, and you're about to you're like, okay, maybe not, just stay on the street. So I was about to fucking yeah. But I already did a little bit.
You mean that point where you've got the choice of red pill or blue pill, and you just go, screw that, I'm taking all of both bottles at the same time and see what happens.
I'm punching the dude and I'm selling the pills. That's what I'm doing. I'm just fucking hand. I smack that hand. Give me them pills and I run with them. That's what I'm doing. But honestly, I feel like this has just been an hour and a half of me fucking losing my mind for a little bit. And Kuva, I'm glad that you're here.
That's Spurs. This is an accurate reflection of what being a Spurs
Ryan Mason is his mole, bro. Ryan Mason is the mole. Fuck you, Ryan Mason, bro. Go away. How many plane crashes must he be the pilot, or not the pilot? I'm just a stewardess. Just push it here. You want some snacks? You want a bottle of water? There's one plane. Oh, guess who survived? No, guess who survived, Kuva? Ryan Mason. Oh, flight attendant of the year. Let's put her in the next plane. Oh, there she is. I'm Ryan Mason. You want some crackers? We've got pretzels today. No Sprites. We ran out of Sprite. Next plane. Fucking stewardess of the year. Here comes Ryan Mason again. Third plane. Just put her in the plane again. Fuck her. How many times can she evade death? Forever. You want to know why? Because she is fucking crashing the plane, parachuting out, and is like, you know what? I'm good. Next plane. Hi, you want some fucking salted animal pretzels? Fuck you. There it goes. This is what I'm saying, bro. I can only allow the plane crash so many times. I can only say this motherfucker defies death so many times before I say maybe he had something to do with all the death and destruction prior. This fucking guy, man.
Indestructible Ryan Mason, air stewardess. I love it.
You want some pretzels? It's me. Like, weren't you on that last plane that just
It's fairly accurate though. I think, just imagine a few years back, we'd got to the Champions League final. You know, it didn't go our way. Fair enough. You think, okay, we'll try and rebuild from that, but it didn't happen. And supposing you're Harry Kane or you're Heung-min Daddy, and you're sitting in the team thinking, okay, we've got to do something now. Pochettino's just got sacked. Something big better happen here. And Mourinho walks through the door, and you think, wow, this guy's won everything. We're onto something here. I'm going to stay another year. We're buying into this. And that all happens. And then you head to another cup final. And the week before, he's suddenly gone. And Ryan Mason walks in and goes, hey, it's all right, guys.
Hey, guys. Don't worry. I took that medication that is supposed to help with my brain fog, since that fucking horrific accident I had.
You're watching the exhaust from Mourinho's car leave the building, and Ryan Mason just walks in from the smoke. It's like he suddenly just conjured up this picture of nothing. And
I'm going to tell you what my impression was. This was my exact reaction when that happened. I gave him the Brennan Johnson. The fuck was that?
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what Brennan Johnson's saying. Because we've obviously got Mason's coaching. Perhaps he's just been coaching Brennan Johnson one-on-one, so he's got that look on his face constantly like, what the fuck?
To me, Ryan Mason, I feel like he's that guy that we used to hang out with that got hooked on drugs and ended up stealing a bunch of people's money, and he broke into a couple of people's houses, and we just said, fuck it, bro. You want a job? I manage a local Burger King. You want to flip burgers? And then he's just fucking up, and every burger gets flipped incorrectly, and we're still just like, I feel bad because he had that fucking brain injury. We're just gonna excuse all of the shitty because of the fucking. At some point, we need to be what we are good at, which is a corporation, and just be lethal, bro. A corporation don't give a fuck you have a head injury. Your job posting is up that afternoon. You die, They all remembering Jacob. We're cleaning out his fucking locker right now. His job's already posted on Indeed and fucking resumebuilder.com. And but Jacob, rest in peace. And a week later, who the fuck is Jacob? We've got Janine, who we hired earlier, and she's just as fucking good. No one gives a fuck. Just move on. I guarantee Kuva and I could do better job than Ryan Mason on set pieces. And again, I know he's only the attacking set piece. Don't get all in the semantics. But he's still in the room in every airplane that has gone down. There's not been one flight with Ryan Mason as head stewardess where we said that was a successful flight. We got there on time. Every single one has ended in destruction. And he's the only one who survived the smoke crash. Like, remember when Aaliyah died and they showed the aerial shot of the plane? I was a kid when this happened, and I remember it very vividly. The plane shot, it was an overhead shot, and it was like the plane was like smoky, and there's Ryan Mason just standing in the middle, crossed arm. You thought I would go down with them. No, I survive. And to me, he is the epitome of what has been a long-standing problem here, and it proves that it's not just in a first 11. It's like what's his name, Freddie Kitchen or Freddie? Who's that fucker Hitchin? Who was that fucking guy who was here when Jose Mourinho said, "Go get me Kvaratskhelia and Kim Min-jae," and he said, "Fuck you, you get Joe Roden and Gedson Fernandez." The guy who did that was Steve Hitchin. The guy who came in. I can't remember who it was.
Hitchin. Yeah, it was Hitchin.
Fuck him. He'd been around. He was here for what, like 10, 12 years before we finally bend his ass. That's my point. Oh, you need that? Sorry. But that's my point here. Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris, Brandon Austin now. How many times I got to see his fucking ass on a full 25-man roster? Who the fuck are you? I don't even know what fucking number you wear. And that's how I remember players, is by their numbers, because I have this weird thing in my brain that's like it's easier to remember numbers and faces than it is names. But Brandon Austin, I know what he looks like, but I don't even know what number he wears. Fraser Forster has been collecting a check as a fucking oak tree that's just continually falling.
He gets a ridiculous amount of money. Is it like 90 grand a week or something?
I think it's 100.
Why would you pay that for a backup
120
goalkeeper that never plays?
Because he checks a box, just like Ryan Mason, fucking that EOC or whatever it is, where they're like, we hire everybody on the basis of everybody, and then they hire Ryan Mason
as the reserve goalkeeper. Then it'll do less harm.
Kuva doesn't know. Do you not know Aaliyah?
At least you could sit him on the bench and just like.
No, who's the guy? Steve Hitchens. That's right. Freddie Kitchens is the coach of the Cleveland Browns. Bro, fuck Ryan Mason.
Take him every time.
Oh, Ben Davies is the next Ryan Mason. Get him out of here. Get him gone. I don't want another one. Imagine both of them. When they're like, we've sacked the manager again, y'all. And it's Ryan Mason. You know how we did with Christian Stellini and Ryan Mason, the double-headed monster that was the Greek mythological beast that we created, the fucking serpent with the head of Ryan Mason and Christian Stellini. I'll never forget Christian Stellini in front of the camera. This is crazy. I am the manager of a Tottenham Hotspur. He looked like, who let me in here? Who gave me this job? That's what he looked like. He looked like if I got that job, I'd be like, bro, I'm the fucking manager of Tottenham, dude. He looked like kid at Willy Wonka. And
I don't think I'm going to knock Ben Davies too much if he's going in the coaching, but I would say it makes more sense he goes somewhere else to start with to, learn the ropes.
No. Fuck it, bro. Let him be our next manager's right-hand man. That's what I say. What has this channel become?
He could be all right.
I don't know. I don't know what this channel's become. We're all losing it. You want to know why? Because I watch these players run around and they don't know what they're doing. So why the fuck should I run a channel that knows what it's doing? Why should I have any forethought or planning into what let me just act like this is not a bit. And again, I was complaining. I had the whole wet wipe lounge, me complaining about Ange not caring about the set pieces. And then what do we do versus Liverpool? Not concede one fucking chance off a set piece. So what does that do? Shut me up. But what else happened? We go down 4-0 again. How many times must we go down 4-0? Fraser Forster's a fucking whore. All right,
yeah, 75,000 a week.
75,000 a week.
Why?
Bro.
Why pay that much? Why not set one of the youngsters on there as the reserve goalkeeper?
Lisa, you say put Ryan Mason in charge of the U18s. Why do you want crimes against children?
That's true.
Why do you want us to just throw a fucking grenade into the children's playground and say, if the children don't die, then he did all right? No, get him gone. He got to go. Ryan Mason got to go. The fact that he was imposed upon Ange, but again, before we hired Ange, there was a few managers that we were told, well, we were talking to. One was Arne Slot, and he was told he can't bring his entire coaching staff in. And then there was another guy that we talked with that was like, oh, they wouldn't let me have my whole coaching staff, so I didn't go. And I think that was Conte the first time we interviewed him before we appointed Nuno. So this is the thing we do where we're like, you're going to get Ryan Mason. Yeah, you want the job? You get Ryan Mason. Like, no, thank you. I don't want Ryan Mason.
I've just thought of it. I've just thought of a role for him, used by the UN or something like that. You drop Ryan Mason into a war zone, and you just get him to just do his thing, because everybody's just going to give up fighting after a while and just like, what the hell is this?
Make him the general or whatever.
Exactly.
That's how we end. That's how we create world peace. Send Ryan Mason. I mean, that's what we did when we tried to. Hey, this is why we did that about the Super League. Remember, we did the whole put Ryan Mason out there. The whole world's pissed that we're trying to do this money hungry league. Put Ryan Mason to face though, and Ryan Mason's like
Ryan Mason, motivational speaker for the world. Yeah, I love it. That's going to sort a lot of things out.
You know, there's been Ryan Masons throughout the history of time. In the Bible, there was a guy that Jesus was like, "Oh, don't stab me in the back," and it turned out Judas did. If you ever have read the Bible, I know it's top seller.
I don't think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Ryan Mason, they just changed his name to Judas because you know how like in documentaries, like we don't use the names and faces of actual victims and shit. We change the dates and locations to protect the identity. Yeah, because it's Ryan Mason. They've been protecting Ryan Mason since the beginning. Julius Caesar was stabbed in the back by not Brutus. No. It was Ryan fucking Mason. Because guess what? Ryan Mason is the Brutus to our Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar is Jose. Julius Caesar is Conte. Julius Caesar is Ange. Ryan Mason is there to... He's going to stab every single one of you in the back until he becomes Caesar. That fucking guy.
you just imagine the film crew going back in that time and they got like a sort of...
I got to change the title of this to Ryan Mason is the Mole. Because there's not...
Is the problem.
I put, can Spurs and Ange prevent 5 L's in a row? And I've literally done nothing to address that question. So I'm just going to change the question to, is Ryan Mason the Mole? And why? No, is Ryan Mason... How can I phrase this? Is Ryan Mason doing an inside job? Or fuck Ryan Mason?
No, I love it. OTC's on to something there. Is Ryan Mason a trophy?
Is Ryan Mason our trophy? There it is. Is Ryan Mason our trophy? That's fucking perfect. This is the best title I've ever had. And hang on, I need to flip the order. Oh my God, that's fucking beautiful. I almost gagged from. I'm like. So you know how the title says Tottenham versus Burnley preview? I'm putting that after the question, is Ryan Mason our trophy? This title is... This is the one. This is the one.
This is it.
Make sure you like the video, y'all.
If this is my last ever stream, totally worth it. Is Ryan Mason our trophy? Oh, dear God.
People can be like, what the fuck is this?
You go on this club tour and you got the Mason suite, and it's just him in a glass box. No silverware, just like, look. dressed as an air steward with a trolley.
Bro, everywhere I go now, when they're like, well, yeah, what has Tottenham won in the last 20-some years? I'm going to be like, Ryan Mason. Do you have Ryan Mason? No. You
Then on
you
the
don't
wall,
know how good he is until you got him.
Wait. On the wall behind him, you've got all the past catastrophes, train wrecks and plane crashes. And then Ryan Mason at the front. He survived them all. Longest serving train wreck in the Premiership.
Is Ryan Mason our trophy?
No way. Our fans don't even deserve Ryan Mason. Right. You pay to Mason. Pay to watch Ryan Mason. That's what I think you should do.
Oh my God. There's 105 votes in the poll. Over half of y'all say Tottenham should win versus Burnley. 26%. I know. That's why I want to end it and just do a quick yes or no. Is Ryan Mason our trophy? Oh God. This stream's almost 2 hours long. My daughter's literally slept through all of this. Thank God.
We've got to the point where we now want to have a vote on it. Is Ryan Mason our trophy?
All right. 106 votes. Over half y'all say we should win. I'm going to do a poll before we end the show. And this is the most serious poll I think I've ever done. Is Ryan Mason our trophy? Should I do yes or no? Or should we do like, yes, he is Spurs, or he's one of our own? Is that that's what we'd say?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of our.
He could do that.
No, he's the mole.
No,
I'm just gonna do a no. But if you're a conspiracy theorist like me, I'm gonna do a no. But also, he's the mole.
Come on, we could have a hopeful one. Like, he could be, but he needs milk.
Milk will fix Ryan. There we go. Don't we all just need some titty and some milk at the end of the day?
Milk will fix Ryan. I'm going for it. No, come on, no, but also he's the mole. It's a tough choice, that one.
He needs some milk.
Well, if there's over 105 votes on the poll, Shirley, but don't call me Shirley, we could hit 100 likes on the video. We're at 75 likes, 25 likes away from me feeding the dog. Wasn't that what I used to do? Either 100 likes or Chewy doesn't eat dinner. And that worked like a charm because people don't like that.
How about 100 likes and you'll let Chewy out of the travel bag there behind you?
Oh, Chewy's corpse is in there. Yeah. I'll release him if you fucking.
He heard the name Ryan Mason. He just crawled in there of his own accord. He's been trying to zip up the bag from the inside now.
Let's see what the polls look. Hey, 31% says Ryan Mason. Yes, he's one of our own. No. In the lead right now is no, but he's also the mole. So I guess I wasn't too far off in saying every plane crash that's ever crashed is because of Ryan Mason. That seems to be a factual statement. So,
what's that Bruce Willis film where he's like immortal, but water can still kill him? And Samuel L. Jackson's Mr. Glass.
Oh, it's called Glass. And then Unbreakable.
That was the follow-up. Unbreakable. Unbreakable,
yeah.
Starring Ryan Mason. Oh my God, he could do that.
Unsackable, Ryan Mason.
Unsackable.
I fucking...
Unshakable.
Ryan Mason is Friday the 13th is Ryan Mason. He's Jason Voorhees. Michael Myers. That's the one. Because Michael Myers is the one, no matter how fast you run, no matter what car you drive in to get to wherever the fuck you're going, Michael Myers is already where you're at. Michael Myers is at a walking pace, yet he's always right behind you, no matter how fast you run. He's unshakable. I think that's a good one.
Unshakable Mason. Ryan the Unshakable Mason. Oh, God, this is.
I feel like the movie thumbnail I see would just be in like big red bold letters, Mason, and it would just be like a dark setting. Like it'd be like all black and like a silhouetted figure with one light shining on the street that's
I've got
shining
it.
on the
I've got it.
silhouetted figure.
I've got it. You get the Charles Manson movie. You know, instead of Manson, you just let's cross out the N.
Oh,
just put Ryan's face over the. Oh, it's there.
Oh, bro, we're cooking. We're cooking. Let's try to preview a little bit of Burnley. Fucking Ryan Mason's bitch ass will be there. You know it. All I can think of is Ryan Mason right now. I'm really trying to move on.
Well, I'm thinking if he's the
Vincent
attacking
Company
coach.
manages Burnley.
He's the attacking coach, isn't he? So, well, we might score.
No, but he's done. Burnley has been doing a little bit what they've asked Ange to do, and you know what that's led for them? 2 losses, 2 draws, and 1 win in their last 5. And that's more or less when they've been like stopping to being gun ho, which is what they've said like has led them there.
Not enough to keep them up, but it's a little bit of hope, isn't it?
Just look right here. You see all them 4 red L's? That's our form, by the way. So, in reality, to me, their back is against the wall, and we're going to find out how hungry that dog really is, because they're very hungry. If they lose, they're cemented going down. To me, this has all the makings of us getting a draw. I can't lie.
I could actually see that happen. You know, up until fairly recently, I thought that at least there's something about our team worth salvaging. But you see some of these performances in the last 4 games, and it's like we're checked out. We have checked out. Can Burnley get something out of this? It's possible. It is possible.
And that's what I think my fear is, because if the Tottenham that I know can show up, we should be able to beat them. But if the Tottenham that I've seen versus fucking Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Arsenal, at least the first half, because I thought we were good. We were all right that second half versus Arsenal. But it's only because fucking Christian Romero looked like he was the only one who wanted to do something. But if we look like we looked versus Liverpool, I could see us fucking 2-2 or even a 2-1 loss. I'm being so honest. I don't have that much optimism with our like results right now because of how lackadaisical, uninterested, and general pussiola we've looked from a player standpoint. When Ange has said numerous times on the touchline, I'm trying to be calm and trying to be like word of the wise. And what has he been doing the last 2-3 matches? Screaming his fucking head off. He's losing his shit at what he's seeing. So it's clear to me that these players are being assholes, pussies, whatever you want to call them. To me, I just pussies. I'm not even assholes, because if they're assholes, they'd at least be a dick on the pitch and push somebody over, show a little grit, show a little ball sack. Yeah. Instead, they just show these 2 little floppy lips. These 2 little... that's me. I'm Tottenham, and it's just like, but I'm gonna get pissed at this midfield again. Go out there and. But there was times when we passed the ball, and it's like, bro, pass the fucking ball. Don't just they just pass it as like so shitty. So shitty. I was a shitty goalkeeper at pass. Like I was a good goalkeeper at saving shots, but if you pass me the ball, I'm gonna kick it, and God knows where it's going. Only God knows. I can try to think about where it's going, and I might get it in the general vicinity. But when I do a ground pass from me to the center back, I might overhit it, I might underhit it. But when you're a fucking professional footballer who plays in the outfield, bitch, pass the fucking ball. You're not some fucking chunky Texan playing goalkeeper trying to pass the ball.
You could kick the ball, but it would go anywhere. You're saying? Do you have some
scored
gym?
A goal. I did score 1 goal in my.
The next question then would be: do you have some gym equipment?
Yeah, I have a punching bag.
Close enough. I think you could probably sign up for Spurs. Left wing. emergency right back or left back. We've got worse.
You know, when Matt Doherty suited up in the preseason, the first season we had him, and he had that little bit of overhang from his shirt to his shorts, the fupa. This is going back to the fupa now. When he showed his fupa, that's when I was like, Mama, I might be able to be a professional footballer for Tottenham. Look, we just signed this guy. Instead of signing his teammate Adama Traore, we decided to sign him. Because Jose said he cooked us one game. Matt Doherty's got one good game in him out of 20 for sure. He can give you one good game out of 20.
I never used to like the phrase "suited up" for you know, a football match, but looking at some of these players, I think it's really accurate. I can imagine them in like deep sea diver gear or astronaut.
Yeah. No, I could see a 3-piece suit, and you're like, I don't want to run and tear these hems. The hems are nice. I got this personally hemmed for me. Oh yeah, we're previewing Burnley. So
Burnley. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, we are at home, and you'd think home game.
Oh yeah, we're at home. Yeah.
Burnley on the brink of relegation. You'd think we're going to absolutely smash them, but we thought that when they came to our place in the FA Cup, and it was only that Pedro Porro stunning strike.
We looked like shit outside of that as well, if I recall. But I remember being like, it's because we're hurt, bro. It's because we're dear life. It's just because we're hurt. It's because we had all those injuries. We'll be all right, is what I thought. How fucking stupid. I would love to go back and grab myself by the throat and say, you sexy son of a bitch.
You know when we had that horrendous beating by Chelsea at home and they ended up with a 4-1 win, we're down to 9 players. Some of the performances in the last few games, I think we looked better when we had the 9 players.
Well, the players looked better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, fuck Ryan Mason.
It's on him. It is on him.
That is our trophy, y'all. We got Ryan Mason. All right. Ryan Mason's our trophy. How lucky are we to have that fucking guy?
Alternatively, do you want to buy into some sort of self-esteem sort of phrases and no pain without gain, no gain without pain, no gain without pain. So if we've got Mason now, we're probably
pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yeah, we'll win the quadruple next season because we've got Mason now.
You know, Kuva, all those times you said the quad was on, everyone was sleeping on the real reason why you felt so confident. It's because you knew no matter how bad things got, we have Ryan Mason right there.
That's right.
That plane crashes, everyone dies a brutal death on board. Not Ryan.
Imagine him this way. We're a struggling football team, and it's all sort of bottlenecked into Ryan Mason, and he's got the he's the cork in the bottle. He's that thing you release, and it's like Pandora's box or the genie coming out of the bottle. As soon as he's gone, magical football comes out, and we win everything.
Like a curse has been lifted. I was watching it last night, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and I think I know what you're talking about. That's like that.
There we go. Yeah. There we go.
So with all this, what
we're going for the
Lucky Singh. No. What is Lenny Mac saying? We were both diverted to this channel. Was like air traffic control sent you here?
Ryan Mason.
It sounds like they're airplanes. They're fucking, hey, I need somewhere to give me somewhere to land, breaker.
They were about to get on a plane to somewhere else, but they noticed Ryan Mason get on with his trolley.
Bro, if Ryan Mason is your flight attendant,
get out of there.
I'll see you in the next life, my friend. How much money would you need to name your daughter Ryana Mason? 2 million. I think 2 million will suffice. She'll have to suck that up for the rest of her life. Because 2 million, hey, guess what? Daddy ain't going to work ever. How about that? Fuck it. Mom ain't going to work either, at least until we blow all this money. And well, I was going to say something fun like cocaine.
We want to be proud of the team, but not so proud you turned down 2 million. So, I mean,
yeah. You know, I wouldn't take her flying ever, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, if I get paid, say, 20 grand a month, I'll run a damn Arsenal channel. I don't care.
For 20 grand a month, how much? That's over 100,000 a year.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I won't wear none of that. I won't wear none of the shit, but I'll do an Arsenal channel, and I'll be like, I mean, there's plenty of Arsenal channels that dunk all over Arsenal all the time, and they do very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And judging by the way this show's been tonight and how it was with Paul on the other night too, you don't really need to concentrate on football at all, do you?
Well, speaking of the fact not concentrating on football, we've barely done that at all this stream. It's been me just cursing into the wind, and I just heard my daughter with a big, I'm assuming a shart. It sounded like a very wet fart. So I'm gonna have to wrap this show up. We've gone over 2 hours, and we've barely previewed Burnley. So Kuva, give me your prediction for Burnley and your score prediction.
Who cares?
And then are you watching?
Who cares? I'll watch it if I'm up. I mean, what is it? I don't even look. Are we a lunchtime kickoff, something like that? No, it must be 3 o'clock if it's on Saturday, surely.
Did you hear that?
No.
No, I'm not Brian. I'm not Brennan Johnson who just hoofed across into the stands.
Oh.
My daughter, the noises that are coming out of the lower half of my daughter right now are quite comical. Like it sounds like one of those early 2000s comedy movies where like fart jokes were in and the poopy stuff was funny. And like it literally sounds like the soundboard of a Hollywood film of one of those comedy movies.
Does it sound like,
can you preview?
Does it sound like Sonny's stomach when he's sitting in the changing rooms and he hears the manager's just left, Ryan Mason's in for the rest of the season? The kind of IBS.
Yeah. Irritable body syndrome is what I'm changing.
That should be our shirt sponsor, not AIA. IBS. That would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, she's clearing out her. She's gutted because she heard me call her Rihanna Mason. I don't know how we call her that.
Fitting. Okay. We're going on a score prediction, are we?
There
he is.
Dude, it's not stopping.
This is Ryan Mason.
No, it is not stop. Another one. It's Kuva.
You've done it. It's too much Ryan Mason.
It's because you say Ryan Mason 100 times, you get a bunch of poo-poo in a diaper. Bro, I wish I recorded the audio that just came out. It was superfluous at best. Jesus. She said Ryan Mason's our trophy.
That's how I feel. That's quite accurate.
So what's your score prediction, Kuva? So we can end the show so I can change this poopy.
I'm going to go Spurs limping to a 2-1 win.
Yes! Get it, Kuva. 2-1. I'm going to say 3-3, a fuck fest. Or we're like, you have it. They're like, no, fuck you, you have it. And we're like, no, fuck you, you have it. And then we're eventually just going to lay somewhere right in the middle on a 3-3. I'll take a 3-2 just because I want to predict a win, but probably like a 2-2 or a 3-3. Because
I think we'll win it, but there'll be any neutral, and most of our fans as well will also be saying, you know what, Burnley were unlucky not to get something there.
Yeah. How are you still doing that, my sweet angel girl? Jesus. All of these times I'm going to remind her when she's older and she's hanging out with her friends and they're like all hanging out. I'm going to be like, don't forget, I've got you shitting on a live stream type noises, you know, and then really embarrass her.
That'll be the next one on Paul's soundboard, won't it? Ryan Mason.
I invited Paul on, but he said he's going to be a capitalist prick tonight and go to work. But I do got to go, so I'm going to give you my prediction, 3-2. Romero's going to get a goal. Sonny hopefully decides, fuck everybody, they're a bunch of losers, and I'm going to handle this myself.
One quick tip for you then, Jacob. On your mobile phone, put it next to your daughter and just put on an inspirational Ryan Mason speech. You at a team talk or the press conference thing. And then while you're changing your daughter, it won't seem so bad.
You know, we've been talking about Tottenham. I'm thinking about Tottenham, and tomorrow I'll watch Tottenham. None of that has been as bad as what inevitably waits me in the nappy. But it's been a fun show. Over 2 hours. Really didn't think it'd go this long. Let me say shout out to the sponsors.
Perhaps you make
tonight.
a thumbnail of that under the Ryan Mason Trophy show.
Maybe. I do got to go, though, so I got to say thank you, Nawaf. Thank you for being a sponsor. George with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gifted memberships. Big up, George, spacing those out throughout the entirety of the show. Thank you for being a sponsor and for being here. Dunkle's Dork as well. Big up. Thank you so much. Skullx, member for 1 month using his membership chat, says need Burnley to do something. It was a Fofana winner. George being a member for 7 months. Sidansa, member for 6 months. Big up. Appreciate y'all support. I'm going to try to be back. Don't know if I'll do a watch along, but I'll be back tomorrow either while my kids nap or at some facet talking about what the hell we saw versus Burnley, which hopefully is 3 points. I need a W. I need green W's. But as always, folks, do me a couple more favors before you get out of here. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, and as always, stay blessed, stay fresh. Up the lads. Yeah, man, these babies are rude. She just woke up and started pooping and is now like, change me. So I do got to go. But big up everyone who did check in. Make sure you hit a like. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to subscribe, all that fun stuff or not, whatever. It is all just a wet wipe at the end of the day. But as always, stay blessed, stay fresh, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.